Time to celebrate this group of 3 of our student athletes. It's a great time in their lives. I'm sure there's butterflies in their chest and their stomach, and some uncertainty. But I do know these 3 individuals personally, and they are going to be unbelievable contributors at the college that they plan to attend. Now, I'm not going to sit here and drown you out and talk too much. I'm going to let the coaches talk on their behalf. We also have one of our college coaches here that's going to say a few words. But right now, if I can get our 3 student athletes up here, and then we will. Renell's got a tablecloth. I know we got Sanford, I think, might be set up in the back a little bit. Are we doing that in the back somewhere? So, but when it comes picture time, we want it to be all about the colleges. You can throw Pierce in there if you want. But when it's just us, for the Pierce County trio, we want it to be, Pierce, and then we'll add stuff as we go. Okay, so all 3 student athletes come up, and we'll take a couple pictures, and then we'll start breaking apart. Let the coaches talk. Jada is. There she is. Coach Spires one more. If y'all want, if you'll go ahead, this will be time to get the photo off for all 3 of them in there with Pierce County, then we'll break down eventually and start doing individual stuff. So if y'all want to take a sign.
Look here at the back, athletes. Ready? 1, 2. Thank you.
And y'all can go ahead and sign them papers. Okay, since there's more, Coach Spires, since there's more tables set up, let's do Jada last. Okay. All right, Coach Herron, is Coach Herron in here yet? There you go. All right, Carson, if you'll come up and y'all want to decorate up. No? Okay. All right. Jada and you and Emily, if you'll come up here and sit. Carson, slide to the middle. And hey, on behalf of Carson, we're going to have Coach Ryan Herron, our head football coach, speak.
Honored to be here today. Before I speak on Carson's behalf, got 2 of his coaches to come say a few words too. So I was going to let Coach Walker and Coach Morris say a few words before I spoke, okay?
Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? Only person shorter than me in here is Mr. Ben Stovall this morning. I've been coaching for almost 3 decades, and I'm gonna try not to get, I'm gonna try not to get emotional here, but during those decades, you coach good kids and good athletes. Every now and then you get to coach a great kid that's a great athlete. And that's the case with Carson Sloan. He's done things that aren't humanly possible. I saw that video that went around the world, him catching the ball up like that, and the people talking about great catch, how do you do it? There was never a doubt in my mind on the sideline he's coming down with that ball. Never a doubt in my mind. And as Coach Herron said, even with his home life, he has pulled all of this through. He is a strong, exceptional kid. I love him with everything in me. I remember we went camping a long time, about six campers of us, kids everywhere. We was going to do a cornhole tournament. He's probably 6. He disappears. He comes back 10 minutes later. He's got a bracket filled out, playoff bracket, everything filled out, how we're supposed to do this thing. And that's just the kind of kid he is. He loves it. He gives everything he has in whatever he does. And I'm a better person for having coached him. Thank you.
Feel the same way because I am glad he overcame what he had to. But Carson, one of the greatest things about Carson is just the athletic ability. I'm gonna run off some stats real quick. 109 total tackles, 35 tackles for losses, 16 sacks, 3 recovered fumbles, 3 fumbles caused, and 2 pick sixes. And one of the prettiest ones is we started a game and we talked about how to play the play. They're going to try this. They'll try this play. And as soon as we saw the formation, I know in his head, because he's that kind of kid, he's cerebral, he thinks, he knows what's going on. As soon as he saw it, I thought, we're going to pick this, or he's going to kill the kid. Well, Carson didn't just pick it, took it back for a touchdown. So that is being blessed as a coach to get to be around those type of kids. And you know, one thing I'll miss is this year, all year, I'd say, well, 5 and 18. Well, 5 and 18 can do this. Well, 5 and 18 can do that. Now, I won't be able to say that because he's going to go do something special, I'm sure. And understanding, a lot of people don't understand what he went through during the season. Playing football, and some people think, you know, okay, you got 22 people out there, it's easy, you just everybody line up and go smash into each other. The sacrifices that this kid went through, he couldn't squat because his knee was hurt. He couldn't bench most of the year because his elbow was hurt, but yet he still found a way to get ready each and every week. And playing football is not an easy sport, but playing football for us is really not an easy thing. And he knew how to do that. He knew how to dig down, and he knew how to come out. He was always a leader, and you could always tell when he was really ready to lead and get on to people because his voice got real high-pitched, okay? But the greatest thing about coaching Carson is just, again, how he thinks, how he cares for his other people, and how he demands things of other people, whether it be in the weight room, whether it be on the practice field, whether it be. He is a leader, and I'm going to miss that. But I'm just going to miss getting the opportunity to coach you because coaching special kids like that makes your job really special.
Well, you know, everybody that's been around the last few years, especially this year, you know, and watched us play, you know, just that it's not like Carson was only a great player we had and the great person we had, but Carson's who we're talking about right now. So first thing is Carson would want me to say is all glory goes to God. God's the reason for everything. He's sovereign. And Carson understands that as a teenage boy, which is very, very unique in today's society. But today's an awesome day, about an awesome person, at an awesome school, at an awesome community, and we're honoring an awesome human being today. Yeah, I could sit here, I made some notes about what makes Carson awesome. Well, I don't really have to look at notes. I can sit here and just wing it. First off, he's a great teammate, okay? That's the first thing I would say. He's a great teammate, and he's a great friend. You know, look, these guys sitting right here, they can all attest that. Teenage boys we're silly, funny, we joke around, they do all that. But all of them would tell you, you know, he's a great person, okay? He's not perfect though. That's the weird thing, he's not perfect. Now, a lot of times if you see me talking about somebody, you would think, well, Coach Harry thinks he's perfect. No, he's not perfect. He never will be perfect either, okay? But I tell you what, it's like, what was the guy from Fort Payne, Randy Owens, said he's close enough to perfect for me. He's close enough to perfect for me. But he understood and he valued his teammates. That was really, really important. And for a good player, a good athlete, to appreciate the people around him, that's one thing that makes him special. I think another thing that makes him special is I see him in church every Sunday and Wednesday. You know, he don't have to go to church. I mean, coming from the home life he comes from and still shows up at church says a lot about him. His mom was from the wrong side of Memphis. His dad's from the right side of Waycross. But he understands that things it's hard for a teenage boy to understand. He's been voted All-Region several years. This year he was voted All-State. He was Region MVP. He was State Defensive Player of the Year. You know, I had a coach from North Carolina State that was at the game, said that he thought Carson was the best player he saw in the state championships, and that's single A through 7A. He said that was the best football player in the state of Georgia at the state championship games. Now that's a big statement. You know, that's a big statement coming from a college coach. Not all the coaches have a brain, but that guy sure does. He's been a state weightlifting champion. He'll help lead and guide his team to the state championship this year. You know, that's, I mean, I can sit here and go on and on and But every day he comes to work. He's got a mind for work. He expects to work, but he also expects to win. He's a great teammate in many facets, but he knew he was going to work. He knew we were going to work, but also he was going to make sure we won too. I mean, I could tell you a couple of funny stories, and Coach could too, but Coach, I told him not to say a whole lot. But one time we were in a game this year, and we needed to win by X amount of points because these stupid region rules. And Cade had fumbled. I think Cade had his 5th fumble that game. Cade set a state record for fumbles that game. And he came silent one time and said, "I got the record." I was like, "Shut up." But Carson got his high-pitched voice. But he got this high-pitched voice, it's like a lion growling. His high-pitched voice, that's like a lion growling. You got to know. Bryson can understand. You got to know these things in life. Every time Seth tells you to come here, you really don't have to come here, do you, Bryson? Unless they give you the candy first. But he said, "Let me I'm going to score a touchdown. I'm going to throw you a touchdown. Get in the ball. Get in the ball." That's right. It was like a lion. That high-pitched voice scared me. Elijah, you know the voice I'm talking about, don't you? And when he gets high-pitched, it's on. You think when a guy gets a high-pitched voice, well, that's the guy I want to attack. Well, it's the opposite with him. When he has a high-pitched voice, you better watch out, because the claws are out. And so anyway, he, "Give me the ball, I'm going to score a touchdown." We gave the ball, and he goes, boom. We give the ball, next possession, boom, touchdown. I was like, "Oh, he is pretty good." I need to listen to him a little bit more. And he let me know that a lot, that he knew what he was talking about. And, when it's all said and done, I agree with him. But the thing about Carson, though, he's a hard worker, great teammate, knows and loves the Lord, and is going to a great school in Samford University. Great school. I've had 3 players sign with Samford. They all loved it. They loved Coach Hatcher. And I told Coach Hatcher, he was at this big thing I was at yesterday in Macon. But I said, "Do you realize what you're getting with Carson?" "Oh, yeah, we know he's good. We done." I said, "No, really, you're getting a guy who's going to improve your locker room day one." And as a coach, that's what we really, really want is guys who improve the locker room, okay, improve the culture. And I said, Carson is coming in there, and Samford's culture is going to get better the day he arrives. And he said, "That means a lot, Coach." But anyway, what an honor. Okay, what an honor to be here today to honor Carson and these other athletes. And like always, we give God all the glory and appreciate you and love you, Carson.
I try not to tell too many stories because I don't want to be like picking favorites or nothing. But Carson, one of the favorite stories I had was on Friday night sideline. And Coach Herring, I think, was adjusting Campbell Strickland's face mask or something. He was just trying to talk to him a little bit. And Carson comes up behind him a week after he had already been diagnosed with a severe concussion, and he got his attention and hit him on the head. So there's still a pending lawsuit, I think, out there on him. But anyway, I'm not promoting physical touching, but I will say this, that you demand respect out of your teammates, and Carson definitely has that. So proud of you, definitely not making this about Austin with number 5, but I think that one sure represented 5 very good throughout this high school career, and I'm very proud to see one of the best. But all right, Emily, you come on up. And Coach Cunio's here. Now I will say this, Emily, you were on time, your whole family, but y'all come from Lowndes County last night, had a long trip. But Coach Cunio had a wagon dragging this morning, but it was about 7 o'clock, you got to check in at Blackshear Elementary, don't you?
I'll say Blackshear Elementary is waiting for anybody. Snowball, no, I love you for speaking in front of people. Unlike Coach Herring, I cannot wing it, so I've written you down what I'm going to say. For those who don't know me, my name is Abby Cunio. I'm the head girls soccer coach here at the high school. Today I have the privilege of speaking about Emily Snowball. I've never actually called Emily by her name, probably the last 4 years. This might be the first day that I've not called her Snowball. As a coach, you know from day one the type of players who want to further their career. Even as a freshman, I knew that Emily was special. I could tell she wanted something more than the rest of the girls. From long practices to late night games, she has consistently shown unwavering commitment, pushing herself to new heights and surpassing expectations along the way. Throughout her high school career, Emily has not only demonstrated exceptional skills on the field, but also has embodied the true spirit of teamwork, leadership, and sportsmanship. She has been a role model for her teammates, inspiring them to strive for greatness and to support one another, both on and off the field. Her relentless pursuit of excellence has not gone unnoticed. Today we witnessed her taking her next step to her soccer journey as she begins to play at the collegiate level. This is a testament to her talent, determination, and countless hours she has dedicated to owning her craft. As many of you don't know, Emily almost passed my record at the high school last year. She almost got, 39 goals last year. And those who don't know soccer, that is unbelievable. I only got her by 1 goal. I'm sitting at my 40, and I hope she passes me this year. I'm very proud of you. We are immensely proud of you, me and Ainsley both, and we can't wait to see you continue your success. Even though you are an A-back and I was a South Georgia State Hawk. Congratulations to you, baby.
I did a little nervous, thinking they were going 39 red cards, so, because I do know that soccer tradition. But anyways, funny little story, well, not funny, but a testament to Emily. She was on the summer work crew. And typically what the summer work crew used to be is kind of old football players or old guys that we couldn't keep around, so that we knew we had to keep at school to work out back in the 80s and 90s. But it's turned into really getting stuff done now. And Emily was one of our 2 or 3 females on the crew, right? And I tell you, every time we send them to a different school, every principal raved about her, and that's a testament. I'm not going to throw the Sloans under the bus. I think y'all are great people. Stovall's are pretty great people too. I know we've been in church a long time together, but no. But anyway, Emily, we're proud of you. All right.
Good morning. First thing I'm going to say is congratulations to all 3 of you. Today is a culmination of dreams that you guys had from the time you were down here. You dream about playing in middle school, and then you dream about playing in high school, and then you sit there and you think, man, if I work at this and they do some good stuff, I might get to go in and play college ball and do this and participate and fulfill my dream. And you guys have done that. Congratulations to all 3 of you. All 3 of these students are true epitomes of the definition of student athlete. They've made good grades, they've done what they needed to do, they've been big with their teams. But I gotta say, Jada may be the smartest of all 3 because she came across the river from Brantley County. So in my book, she's probably the smartest of all 3. And that was a great win for us here at Pierce County. Jada, as a freshman, did some phenomenal stuff at Brantley. Sophomore year she did, and then last spring I'm out in the hallway and she comes running up to me and I'm like, what the heck? Where did she come from? And she's like, I'm here now. So it was a great day for me last January to see her here. She has been a tremendous asset, not just to Pierce County High School, but to Pierce County community. And I think, Coach Kramer, you're getting a good one, and you're going to see that in the things that she's going to do. The first thing I'm going to say is, taking nothing away from these 2. These 2 are great individuals in the sport they participate in, and they participate in a team sport. That's a little different than what Jada does. A team sport, you got a lot of people supporting you. You got a lot of people that are there for you. Going out and being a track athlete, you're kind of crazy, because what we do for fun is what they do for punishment. And to go out there and do it day in and day out and continue to do it in the hot with somebody crazy like me yelling at you, takes a pretty special person, right? So one thing I'll tell you, if you came down County Farm Road this summer And usually between like 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you would have seen this crazy person out there with some blocks on a hot track when it's about 110 in the shade. That was Jada. And she was just out there trying to make herself better. And that's what's special. Seeing an athlete play a team sport is beautiful. But seeing an athlete performing in track, that's special. That's a different kind of beauty. When you see the muscles move and you see the flow of what they do, there's nothing any prettier than watching. You guys all watch the Olympics. You know what those athletes look like. That's when you see that true development and that true mentality of a winner. Jada Patterson's a winner. Last year for us at the region track meet, Jada finished, she participated in track, participated in 4 events. She wanted to participate in about 8, but GHSA tells you can only do 4. The 4 events she did the 100 meter for us, she did the 200 meter. Those are pretty tough running events. She did the long jump, and she was a member of our 4x100 meter relay team. She finished second in all of her 4 events for the region. As a result of that, she got 32 points for our team. That was about 1/3 of the points we got. She scored more points by herself than some schools scored as a whole team. As a result of that, she received the honor as the high performance female athlete. That means you're pretty doggone good. And that means you did something special for your team. From there, she went on, she qualified in all 4 events to go on to state, expecting something like that out of her again. If you know anything about track or have seen anything, you'll be hearing about and seeing this in the near future. Our big thing that reports is called Georgia Mile Split. She is ranked in the top 5 in long jump for this projected next year. That means they think she's going to do some special stuff. She's projected in the top 3 in the 200 meter. So, big things on your back. Big challenge to you. Let's go do it this year. Not only is she a great athlete, she's a leader. Like I said, you see her out there in the summer, she's out there doing those things. Track's kind of weird. It's an individual sport, but it's also a team sport. When we get in a huddle, she's the one that's out there. She's kind of like Carson, except hers, I don't even know how to describe her voice. She's like screaming at you and eyes are going crazy and ears are going crazy. And she's getting everybody pumped up ready because not only does she want it for her as an individual, but she also wants it for a team. She wants that team performance. And her high performance athlete award last year helped us to be region runners up last year. We wouldn't have done that without her and Sophie Scruggs and a couple others doing some above and beyond kind of things. So I expect great things from you this year. Don't think I'm not going to yell at you just because you got a scholarship. And don't think I don't love you. I spent a quality day with you going all the way to Gainesville to make sure that this all came apart. And the biggest thing is, I don't get up at 8 o'clock in the morning for anybody anymore. So you better expect that I love you and I'm going to push you to be the best you can be this year. Jada's college coach is here. Coach Kramer, if you'd like to come up and say a couple of things.
Thank you, Coach. So you can see a common theme among the 3 athletes. They're all very good students. And if they're not, it's very hard to recruit them. So do what your coaches say, but do your work in the classroom. This is a very nice school. And one thing I noticed when I first walked in the door is the emphasis on attendance. Make that a big part of what you do in everything you do, and that'll help you be successful. All 3 of the student athletes here are excellent students, and that had a huge part in being able to afford college and being recruited by college coaches. I can tell you that now. You can, if you really listen to your coaches and work hard, get to the point where college coaches are interested. But to get them to sign you, you have to have it academically as well. And then it really helps to have good leadership. And those are very good schools that all three of you are going to. Academically, very good, that will help you prepare. Now, track and field is, as Coach said, both an individual sport where you have to have that within you to perform, but it's also a team sport where we look for leaders. And you could see that when Jada came to campus to visit. And now we have 6 athletes signed already, which is a little less than half of what we're gonna sign. And they have a group chat, and I talk to them, the ones that are already signed, and what they all say is they've really connected with Jada, even in our little group chat, and they think of her as a leader. That's what your incoming teammates say already. So that's what we're looking for. So there's something else that she is embarking on this year. There are a lot of people that do the sprint and jump events, but she's also learning to hurdle. And that takes real courage for a couple of reasons. It takes a lot of work, and you know going into it that this is going to take some extra work. And coaches had sprinters that in 1 year became state champs in the hurdles. So maybe she'll follow that as well. She's already a very good sprinter and long jumper. But learning to hurdle, then she can become great. And that takes a little extra. And you can see with her willing to do that, that she's willing to do what it takes to win. And that had a lot to do with getting a really good offer for us, where she can go to school for way less than it cost her to eat if she stayed at home, and get a very good private school education where there's class sizes of like 8 students and things like that in a class. Free tutoring and things like that. She'll be in a position to do that for way less than it would cost her to eat if she stayed at home. And part of that is because of her courage and work ethic, and a lot of that is because of her academics. So we're really happy to have her at Brenau, and it'll be interesting to see how all 3 of these athletes, it sounds to me like they're all going to succeed on the next level. And I'm glad to be a part of that.